Yes, watching the South Australian Sports Show. As always, Bevan Jones joins us for the AFL Footy Tips. Bevo, how are you?
G'day Smithy, g'day Poppy, good to be back again.
Well, I think last time I don't want to bring this up, I'm not sure we've been on air since, but last time we had a chat and a bet.
A wager?
I think he lost his eyebrows, he lost his chest hair, and his back hair. And they're well, I'm going to give. I mean, we call that a draw because it's half gone anyway. So I tell you what,
and a six-pack of beers as well.
And you know what? He keeps on going. I want a six-pack of beers. Oh, nice too. Nice Coopers, thank you. But he said, "Oh, mate, that was a great bet." Richmond were $3.40, right? Port Adelaide were $1.30. I said, mate, I should have won 3 packs of beer against my 1 pack. Anyway, it's a long story.
Is there any chance we get on with this week?
Are we actually on air at the moment?
Okay, let's go. Listen, mate, big game, massive game, of course, tonight. Adelaide in first place, Geelong in second. They played in round 11 this year. Geelong got the Cats by 22 points. Joel Selwood dominated the game, 35 disposals, 9 clearances and a goal.
Yep.
What's going to happen?
Yeah, good question, Smithy. The last 5 times the Cats have beaten the Crows. Wow. I think it's going to continue tonight. I think the Cats will be too strong for the Crows. I know the Crows are playing some good footy. They beat Melbourne by 46 points last week. But yeah, the Cats are just playing too well at the moment. And that man Danger, 5 goals last week against the Hawks. I think will continue again against the
I just hope he doesn't fake an injury.
I know there's been a lot of speculation around Sloane this week.
What a disgrace to even suggest.
Well, I know that. I know there's been a lot of speculation around Sloane this week. But the fact is, the midfield of Geelong is just an absolute ripper. It's a ripper.
Yeah.
And they've just got a beautifully balanced side. And I still think the Crows are a little bit hot and cold. I mean, there haven't been those huge peaks and troughs in previous years, but look, I think Geelong for me too.
Geelong for you?
Yeah, I think
Geelong,
so.
The 2 boys are with Geelong.
Yeah.
Saturday night, Essendon sit in 10th spot. North Melbourne in 17th, if you can believe that.
Wow.
Yeah, I saw firsthand North Melbourne play last week and went down by 70 points against the Power, and they weren't any good.
They're horrible.
Yeah, and Essendon are playing some good footy at the moment. I think the Bombers will win this one.
Well, you've been a big fan of the Bombers for most of this year, Phil, and they're probably showing what you thought they might. And I'm Bombers this week as well.
Right, I'm the worst for man. Power sitting in 4th spot, and they're playing some great footy. Melbourne in 7th at the MCG. Last met round 21 last year. You wouldn't believe it. Melbourne won that one by 40 points. So completely different this year. Bernie Vince got a 2-week holiday, a little elbow to Eddie Betts' jaw. So I think they'll miss him.
Yes, that would definitely be a bonus support. And no Nathan Jones, of course, their skipper. And I believe Jack Viney and Dom Tyson are under a bit of injury cloud as well. Okay. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens with those guys come up or not. But I think Port will continue their merry way and win their 4th consecutive game in a row at the MCG.
Yeah, look, I'm Port too. I mean, there's a few there's a few that are tipping Melbourne, but I don't know why. I mean, I think Port have been sneaking under everyone's guard.
Yeah, I think people are going to be excited because Melbourne have come from nowhere over a couple of years to somewhere, and they almost wanted to wish them in. Bulldogs in 11th spot, Gold Coast in 15th at Kazali Stadium.
Yeah, well, Gold Coast, I tipped them last week against the Pies and they let me down, and I think it'll be continuing the same way again this week. I think the Dogs will be too good. They got back to some good form last week with a 20-point win against the Blues, and I think, they'll continue again this week.
Well, Bulldogs for me again. You know, I'm looking for something different, but and not only is the Bulldogs, but your mate Rodney Eade's going to be under a bit of pressure.
I'll try and give the Rocket a buzz in the next couple of days and find out how he's travelling. Sydney in 6th spot. They are coming.
Yeah.
St Kilda in 9th. They met this year in round 9. Sydney got them by 50 points, if you can believe that. Sydney have won 9 of their last 10 games.
Amazing.
Incredible. Losing 6 of their first 6 games.
I know. Last month.
They're scary good and they're back to their best, and they've got all their best players other than Tippett running around at the moment. And again, St Kilda very disappointing last Friday against the Bombers, and it could be another 50-point loss, I think, for
Sydney
the Saints.
for me. Sorry.
All right, 12th place Freo, 13th place Hawks. It's hard to say Hawks at 13th, isn't it?
Yeah.
Luke Hodge 300th last week was an absolute beauty. Unfortunately, they didn't get across the line. How do you see this one?
Yeah, well, Freo, that's an interesting one, Smithy. I watched this game last week against West Coast, and Freo had so much of the ball inside their 50 and beat West Coast with their inside 50s.
Some amount of scoring shots.
Yeah, 5 goals, 14 though. It doesn't win you many games of footy. Yeah. And of course, they lost by 30 points to West Coast, which tells me that Freo aren't going too bad at the moment. I think Freo can beat the Hawks at Domain Stadium.
Boom, Hawthorn for me. I knew there was going to be one.
Something eventually.
Boom, we got him.
All right,
so we got him back. What's that saying? Back and crack. There was.
We haven't got time for it, mate.
Okay.
Richmond in 5th spot, GWS in 3rd spot. They met in round 9 and it was an absolute thriller. GWS got them by 3 points in Sydney. This one at the MCG.
I think I'm going to disagree with Poppy on this one as well, because I know that he's going to go for Richmond. I'm going to go for GWS. Sorry, mate.
Boom again, Richmond for me.
Right. Sunday, Collingwood are in 14th spot. They've won 1 of their last 5 games. West Coast, they're in 8th spot. It's at Etihad, but they've won 3 of their last 5, West Coast. So,
Yeah, I think West Coast will win this one.
I'm going to go Collingwood. I'm going to go Collingwood as an upset. The whole round looks reasonably straightforward, but I think Collingwood at Etihad, the biggest problem for West Coast is the travelling.
Yeah,
all right, that is a fact. Carlton in 16th spot, Brisbane in 18th. It's at the Gabba. Both teams have won 1 of their last 5 games.
Can we toss a coin with this one?
Yep.
Gee whiz. No, I think Brisbane actually will win this one.
Yeah.
I think Brisbane have been playing okay footy lately. I know their results haven't shown that with their ladder position, but I feel as though Brisbane will be good enough to beat the Blues.
All right, now I know, mate, the producers give us the wind up over there, but we need to get to this. Before you came on, you said you had some really hot news on Ken Hinkley. What have you got?
Yeah, with a heavy heart a bit, Smythe, because, you know, I love my power, as you guys know, and I certainly don't want Hinkley to go, but there is talk that Ken Hinkley has received a call from Eddie Maguire. Now, he's only got 1 more year to go on his contract with the Power next year.
Do you want him on the footy show or something?
You might want him in Bucks' seat, mate.
Yes, there's possibility that Collingwood are chasing
You know what?
after
You know
Hinkley,
what?
So,
You know what's happening here? Because I didn't know about this, right?
yeah.
But the way you're smiling and the way you're smiling means that you got what you said from him, and if you got it from him, it's usually pretty correct.
That is not
Look at me
true.
straight in the eye and tell me you didn't.
I've got some sources.
Oh,
now
look at
from
that.
Midday
He's
Sport.
giving me this one.
We'd like to banter our way through this, but we haven't got time. We need to go. Still a few more people to come on the show. Stay with us.